Hello. So the Polk Audio PSW10, is it the best subwoofer you can buy at any given time for under $150 new? No, it is not the best subwoofer you can get in that price range. The best subwoofer you can get in that price range is in fact the Dayton Audio Sub-1200. Now some of you folks might be sitting there and going, hey, wait a second, I got mine on a sale for $80 new and for the Polk Audio PSW10. And so you might be sitting there and going, hey, wait a second, it's in a different price range. Well, it's true that the $80 sales used to be fairly common and frequent, but in the last year or so, the $80 sales seem to have dried up a fair bit. So what you're seeing now is like the occasional, $90 to $100 sale on the Polk Audio PSW10, rather than every 2 to 3 months, $80 sales going out on them, okay? So you might still be going, well, wait a second, that's still under $100. It's in a different price range, different class. Well, you could say that, but the truth is when you take a look at what the Dayton Audio offers for the money spent, it's actually a lot more sub for very little extra money spent, okay? So let's take a look at the Dayton Audio here, okay? Its regular price tag is $150 at any given time, okay? Anytime you can go on to Parts Express website and order it for $150 shipped. Now, in addition to that, at any given time, you can Google Parts Express coupon codes, and you will bring up a number of sites that'll bring up $10 to $15 off coupon codes for purchases at Parts Express of $100 or more, okay? So at almost any given time, you can buy the Dayton Audio for $135 to $140 shipped with a $10 to $15 off coupon code that you find. Okay. And in point of fact, I will actually go and periodically update the comments section on this video and try and give you guys the latest coupon code so you can get it for as cheap as possible if you so desire to order it. Okay. So how do these two subwoofers stack up for the amount of money you spend? Okay, so let's say best case scenario for the Polk Audio PSW10. You find a $90 sale on these things, and the best sale you can get with the coupon code is $140 on the Dayton Audio. So $50 less, right? What do you get for $90 spent on the Polk Audio PSW10? You get a 50-watt continuous power sub, you get a 10-inch ported subwoofer, and you get a bottom-end frequency response that only goes down to 40 hertz, which, if you look at some large mid-ranges, that's not too far out of their range, as far as what they can cover. So it's really not venturing much into the subwoofer realm as far as frequency response range, okay? For the Dayton Audio Sub-1200, what are you getting for an additional $50 spent? You're going from a 50-watt continuous sub with the Polk Audio to a 120-watt sub with the Dayton Audio. The Dayton Audio subwoofers are always rated in continuous power, so you never have to worry about that. Okay, well, is that just peak power or is that continuous? They don't even bother with peak. So all you get is the continuous power rating. So you're getting almost 2.5 times the power in the Dayton Audio Sub-1200 that you would in the Polk PSW10. You're going from a 10-inch ported subwoofer to a 12-inch ported subwoofer. You're going from 40 hertz bottom end to a more respectable 25 hertz bottom end. So you get a larger frequency response range there, which is better suited to a subwoofer. In addition, Polk Audio, like most commercial subs, since its low-end frequency response isn't that great, tends to optimize their performance for a higher frequency range, okay? Whereas the Dayton Audio tends to tune their subs to be optimized to be a bit lower, so it's closer to that true deep movie theater rumble. In addition, distortion-wise, I can say this as somebody who's owned Polk Audio subs as well as the Dayton Audio Sub-1200. Distortion-wise, the Dayton Audio distorts a lot less when it's cranked up. It does. It's a much cleaner sound compared to the Polk Audio PSW10 or really any of the entry-level budget Polk subwoofers, okay? Polk subwoofers tend to have a more muddy, distorted sound to them, you know. And so once again, you know, it's not just a question of the Polk Audio PSW10. It's not a question of them being bad subwoofers. It's just a question of what are you getting for your money? Okay, so you can either get a decent subwoofer on sale for, you know, 90 to 100 bucks, or you can get a really good subwoofer, as a matter of fact, about the best you can possibly get in that price range for about $135 to $140 shipped. So when you take a look at what you are getting for the money, the value from the Dayton Audio is just far superior to that of the Polk Audio PSW10. Now, Dayton Audio actually is a brand that is associated with Parts Express. Parts Express is a site that is well known among the do-it-yourself subwoofer builder community. That's where a lot of them go and get their parts from there, and that's what they do. So what happened was several years back, Dayton Audio actually sat down and they said, okay, what is the best possible subwoofer we can build in this price range? And the result was the Dayton Audio. So instead of getting a subwoofer that is a decent subwoofer in a very limited price range, you are getting the best possible subwoofer in a given price range. In point of fact, it was really funny. The folks who are in the do-it-yourself subwoofer community tried to find a way to build a comparable subwoofer on their own compared to the Dayton Audio Sub 1200, and they couldn't build one as good as the Dayton Audio Sub 1200 for the same budget, okay, for what you're paying. So that says something about the quality that you're getting from the Dayton Audio subwoofer for the amount of money you're spending. Now, for my part, I've had the Dayton Audio Sub 1200 for going on 6 years now, and the subwoofer constantly is finding ways to wow and impress me. It's the closest I've been able to get to going to a movie theater for relatively very little money spent, okay? And don't get me wrong, you know, I'm not going to say that the Dayton Audio is in the same class as, you know, Sioux Research, SVS, or anything like that, you know, in the $500 to $600 or more range. I'm just talking about having a very limited budget of under $150. What is the best thing that you can get for under $150 new at any given time? And that is the best option. And that's all I've got, and thanks for watching.